Hi, everybody, it's Ms.Salazar, and welcome to our class. So, for today, we're going to be talking about the museum and the things that we see in museums. So, let's see. So, a museum is a building that shows art things like paintings, drawings, and sculptures. So, here you have an example. Here you have a woman that's in a museum and she's looking at paintings. And the thing is that a museum, it can have, like I said, paintings, drawings, and sculptures. And these things are extremely delicate and they're so important. That's why when you go to a museum, you have these signs that says don't touch because they don't want people to ruin them. So they're so delicate and they're so important that they don't want people to even touch it. So you can't get that close to them. So all these paintings and drawings and sculptures that you can find in a museum, they are worth a lot of money. They're worth tons of money. But a museum basically what it does is that it takes care of all of those things. So it takes care of them, but it also shows people the different things that they have. And these paintings and drawings and sculptures that you have in museums, they represent cultures. So, for example, if you go to the Museum of Art that we have here in Puerto Rico, that's in Ponce, you're going to see a bunch of beautiful paintings just like this one, right? And those paintings, they sometimes represent things about Puerto Rico. So that's why it's so important. And they're worth so much money, and they have to take care of that. Now, this is a sculpture, right? This is called a sculpture. This really big picture that you see right here, it's basically a real life model. So you have the head of a man with the neck and the chest. So this is a real life model. It's a sculpture. And here you have other pictures of sculptures, and they're called estatuas in Spanish. Una estatua. And for example, you have the sculpture of an angel, and this type of sculpture, you can see them in cemeteries. So when you visit a cemetery, you see a bunch of different sculptures, and you see a lot of angels. Sometimes when you're driving around town with your family, you might see a sculpture in your town. I know that there's a sculpture of Christopher Columbus in Aguada. So maybe there's a sculpture in Aguadilla that I don't know about. So those are sculptures, estatuas, and we see them a lot in cemeteries. You can see them in your own town. Here you have another example of a sculpture. It's kind of a funny looking sculpture. And then here you have another one and another one. So like there's so many different types of sculptures and they don't have to be people. It can be a sculpture of an animal or an object. It doesn't have to be people. And we see them a lot in different towns. And this one, for example, this one is from Italy. This sculpture is from Italy. So this is going to be your assessment. It's going to be page 16 from your textbook. And then all you would have to do right on this page is that you're going to draw a sculpture or a painting and then you're going to color it. So if you don't want to draw a sculpture, you can draw a painting. But that's what you're going to do, and you're going to do that on page 16. And how do you draw a sculpture? It's kind of like drawing a person and making that person look real life. So try to do that. And here you have your examples. Here you have some examples of different types of sculptures. So you have a man sitting down, and this one looks really weird. It's very skinny and long, and he's walking. So draw your own sculpture and color it, and that's about it. And parents, send the assessment to LMS in PDF. Bye, everybody.